Have you ever thought, there's got to be a better and simpler way to learn organizational strategies? 5 Minutes Learning has a global and diverse collection of case studies to help management students. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our upcoming and interesting case studies. There's no doubt that Fair & Lovely is the biggest selling whitening cream in the world. In 2006, Fair & Lovely held a 50 to 70% share of the Indian skin whitening market, worth over $200 million and growing at 10 to 15% per year. As of 2006, Fair & Lovely was HLL's second fastest growing brand, averaging 21.5% growth per year. Covencare's Fair Ever and Godrej's Fair Glow, its two closest competitors, have a combined market share of just 16%. Having successfully launched new lotions, gels and soaps, Fair & Lovely claims to have a customer base of 27 million Indians who use its products regularly. Unilever markets Fair & Lovely in 40 countries in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, with India being the biggest market. It's clear that Fair & Lovely is doing well financially. A majority of Fair & Lovely's customers are young women between the ages of 18 and 35. Sadly, there's repeated evidence that 12 to 14-year-old girls use fairness cream a lot. To make the product affordable, HLL made small pouches in affordable sizes. An example of a product targeted at the bottom of the pyramid is Fair & Lovely. Developed by HLL's research labs, Fair & Lovely promises dramatic whitening results in 6 weeks. It shows a face 6 times in an ever-whitening progression, along with before and after shots of a woman who presumably used it. Their website calls their product, the Miracle Worker, which has proven to deliver 1 to 3 shades of change. Unlike other skin lightening products, HLL says its special patented formula safely and gently controls melanin dispersion in the skin without using harmful chemicals. Since Fair & Lovely isn't a pharmaceutical, Unilever hasn't had to prove its efficacy. Many dermatologists disagree with its efficacy. According to dermatologists, fairness creams can't be effective without skin bleaching agents like hydroquinone, steroids, mercury salts, and other harmful chemicals, which Fair & Lovely doesn't contain. Preya Kulavanajaya, director of the Institute of Dermatology in Thailand, says whitening creams sell like hotcakes. An expert at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Delhi says he's never seen a study that substantiates whitening claims. Externally applied creams cannot change your skin's color. Professor A.B.M. Farooq, chair of the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, University of Dhaka, Bangladesh, also questions the efficacy of fairness products. According to Farooq, dark skin is actually healthier and less prone to skin diseases, despite the obsession with fair skin. Melanin protects dark skin from the sun and reduces skin disease incidences. The use of whitening creams is riskier in developing countries, where dermatologists and general practitioners aren't always the first to consult. One of the TV commercials in India showed the father of a young, dark-skinned girl lamenting the lack of a son because his daughter's salary wasn't enough, implying she couldn't get a better job or get married because of her dark complexion. Later, she uses Fair & Lovely cream, becomes fairer, and gets a better paying job as an air hostess and makes her dad happy. The advertising strategy for Fair & Lovely is the same everywhere they sell. Public criticism of these ads has been fierce, especially from women's groups in countries like India, Malaysia, and Egypt. According to them, whitening creams are taking advantage of a racist and biased market. In 2003, the Indian government banned 2 of the Fair & Lovely ads, including the notorious air hostess ad. Unilever says it was never intended to convey a message that could be interpreted as racist. Unilever said that complexion is one of the Asian standards of beauty and a part of personal grooming. A well-groomed person usually has an advantage in life. HLL took a step further to defend its advertising strategy. Despite the Indian government banning 2 of the Fair and Lovely commercials in 2003, the company wasn't sorry and argued that the commercials were about women's choice and empowerment. There's a substantial ethical dilemma with fairness products and their marketing. Those who sell these products will claim their products are effective for protecting themselves. From an ethical perspective, they'll say these products don't harm consumers. However, some people think it's unethical to sell and market these types of products heavily because of their marketing. Firstly, companies deceive customers by calling bleach as fairness product, which rarely affects skin tone. Secondly, a lot of their marketing shows discrimination. A study shows that HLL maintained its market leadership after launching a series of ads showing a woman with fair skin as more attractive, confident, and skilled. As a result, HLL's strategy of fair and lovely as a miracle worker is demeaning cultural practices and executing advertisements unethically. To address that, it's unethical to sell products if they're only mildly effective. It's against professional business ethics. Selling a mildly effective product can be described as fraud in certain situations. It fools consumers into thinking the product can do certain things. Hindustan Unilever's website refers to the product as a miracle worker. It states that it is tested and can change the complexion up to 3 shades. During the case study, an Indian woman has been using the product for 8 years and it hasn't worked. This contradicts HUL's Fair and Lovely advertisements. Following a global debate about racial inequality, Johnson & Johnson decided to stop selling skin whitening creams popular in Asia and the Middle East. In India, the company stopped selling clean and clear fairness products. Experts called it bold and ethical, but other brands opted to change their names instead. In the wake of the Black Lives Matter movement in the West, a slew of cosmetic brands were under fire for promoting skin fairness and for stereotyping racial types. As a response to criticism that its positioning and advertising reinforced an existing bias against fair skin in India, Hindustan Unilever Limited, the Indian subsidiary of global fast-moving consumer goods company Unilever, renamed its Fair and Lovely Skin Lightening Cream in July 2020. The Indian market for skin lightening creams is the biggest in the world, was valued at $450 million to $535 million, with Fair and Lovely leading with 70%. Fair and Lovely had been criticized for its positioning and advertising, which many saw as reinforcing a pre-existing bias for fair skin. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Do not forget to subscribe this YouTube channel for receiving updates about my upcoming case study videos.